Hello there, my name is Anthony Burokas with IEBA Communications, and today I want to talk to you about how you can make sure that you get your stream to the intended destination when you're in adverse situations or when you're in the middle of nowhere. Today, I'm going to take a look at the Teradek Link backpack. So let's just say you're out in the middle of nowhere and you have multiple Wi-Fi devices and you want to get them on an Ethernet network. Now, this could be with vMix or Wirecast or a TriCast or anything that uses NDI, in which case you can use phones or other wireless devices that hook onto a Wi-Fi network, including pan tilt zoom cameras. So there's a lot of use for this out there. This device is a series of pieces from Teradek. The Link is a rugged, battery-powered Wi-Fi hotspot with 4 high-gain antennas, or 4 antenna inputs. It comes in this backpack here that if you were mobile and, I don't know, you were like on a hike and you needed to do a multicam live stream, you could do that because look, it even has a chest strap. So you could, I've got the entire wireless kit on my back. Now, the backpack is not just the Link. The Link is the Wi-Fi access point, but it also includes 4 connections for 4 cellular modems called nodes. These modems can be outfitted with different carrier SIM cards. So you could have T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, and AT&T, all 4 different networks, so that as the bandwidth changes and as you move in and out of like little pockets, because they're not always on the same tower, different towers and things like that, the system load balances and bonds all 4 of those cellular connections into one big fat pipe. And then on the other end, you hook into Teradek Core, which is a solution that they have to take those 4 incoming streams and put those packets back into order and then deliver your stream to one or multiple destinations. So the Core is not just bonding, Core is bonding and restreaming. Core is a whole bunch of different things. So let's take a look at this backpack now. It's not that heavy because the pieces that are in it aren't that big or weighty. But as with all Teradek gear, it's very well built. So is the bag. The bag here is this big backpack, and it's got a clear cover here, and it's got like little side panels. So it actually seems kind of weatherized, although there is like a little pocket right here for cables to come through, and rain could go through there. So I would not go out into this thing in a downpour. And if you're outdoors in the middle of nowhere in a downpour, you probably wouldn't be trying to stream anyway, unless you're trying to do the Weather Channel stuff. But the backpack has a clear window on top, so you can see what's going on with the Link. Now, if we open this up, there's a heating vent here, and then there's a zipper that goes all the way around. And now you see that this is a very complex little package here, and it's, I have to say, really well done. I mean, it's obviously built very custom. Everything about it has a purpose. You've got 2 nodes over here, you've got a node here and a node here. So you've got 4 different cellular modems, and I'll pull one of these out so you can take a look at it. These are the node, and you've got 2 high gain antennas on here. So this is way, way better than you're ever going to see when you're trying to do cellular with your cell phone. Your cell phone, hey, look, I've got this stream. Yeah, but the antennas that are in a cell phone are just bent little traces, and your hand is in the way, or your head is in the way, and there's a lot going on. Whereas you look at these things, these are big external antennas with gain that also allow multiple signals to go in and out at the same time. So you could be doing what they call MIMO, cellular, at the cellular level. Now the nodes have a quarter 20 on the bottom, so they can actually be used independently and powered. And there's a SIM card door right here. It says SIM card. And there's a power light and an RF light on top here. So let's take a close look at what we got going on in here. We've got this Teradek node with the 4 Wi-Fi antennas on this side, and you've got a RF cable going all over the place. You've got an RF antenna back there, one Velcroed here, here, and then another one back there. So they're spread out throughout the backpack. These are not very big antennas. I've seen much bigger Wi-Fi antennas, so I don't know if the Wi-Fi is going to do as well as the cellular. You know, I've seen like high gain, big Wi-Fi antennas, so I kind of anticipated that they would be bigger. Now, down here, you've got your power input, and then you've got 4 connections to the 4 nodes right here. So looking at this, you can see that these antennas are actually pretty darn big, and there's your power and data all going through one cable. SIM card goes here, quarter 20 on the bottom, and then on top there are indicators for power and signal. So there are 4 of these nodes, and each one has a dedicated pocket here, there's a pocket here, and then over here you've got 2 more in outlined pockets in here, and it's zippered into place, and there's a mesh so that the heat can get out. And all of this is powered on this back plane here. There's a brace, and then there's panel, this metal bracket. There's a V-Lock battery. Now, if you are used to working in the professional world, you're used to V-Lock batteries. Sony came out with this mount, but everybody makes them now. IDX was one of the first lithium-ion ones, but now everybody's got lithium-ion. And you can get big batteries, small batteries, you know, shorter batteries. They're only this big. V-Lock is as a great standard. There's also an Anton Bauer standard, or gold pin, or whatever they're calling it. I don't use them, never use them. Both work equally well, and you can get this outfitted with either plate built in depending on what batteries you have access to, so that's not really an issue. You don't have to do it. It comes that way. So I just lock this in here, and you know, just locks into place, and it's actually built for a bigger battery, or the IDX batteries actually have, some of them you can stack. So even with 2 of them stacked, it's still underneath the space here, and the nodes are all the antennas are above this, so the antennas are in the clear and they're not blocked by the batteries themselves. So that's pretty nicely designed here. And then if we zip this back up and go on top here, you can see there's a port here for a USB. We can turn that on, and while that's booting, you can also, if needed, there is a USB port on the bottom, and there are 2 Ethernet ports, one for LAN, one for WAN. So if you are in an area where you do have a LAN capability, you can take the Ethernet on a wire, and you can add that into the node as an internet connection, and then you can share all of this bonding on a wire to other devices through a switch or a router. And that way, if you have devices, let's just say you're going with anything that's laptop based or a TriCaster, you can go hardwired to your master switcher, or even hardwired to your camera if you wanted to. That is a really nice feature, because what you're doing then is you're taking half of that bandwidth, that wireless bandwidth, all those, you know, let's just say I'm going to do a multi-camera live switch with iOS devices, which is exactly how I'm doing this show right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 wireless cameras all bouncing around through Wi-Fi to the iPad. Now that means 4 wireless streams go to the wireless access point, and then 4 wireless streams go from the access point to the iPad. So it's 2 hops of 4 streams. If you put everything on a wire to your mixing device, you're taking half of that traffic away. thusly giving the wireless aspect of your router better focus to just ingesting the streams. Now, of course, if you're doing pan tilt zoom cameras or other things where you can control the camera, there is going to be bidirectional traffic to those camera devices anyway. So now, bring this back up here, you can see that my 5 gig is up, my 2 gig is up, power's on, all my lights are on, and everything here is good. Now, I'll take that, I'm gonna leave that on. And we're gonna transition. So now you can see that I have Teradek Live Air going here. Down here I've got my sources, up here I've got my overlays, and I can change the size of these things. Here you can see the health of my different things, 720p, and then codec is AVC, and then this is my cloud information, so you can see that this is how I am streaming out to the web here. And so let's go back to my shots. So this is what's going on here, and then over here, auto, there we go. Oh wait, went back, auto, okay, there we go. So now you can see I'm looking at my Teradek cloud configuration. I'm actually talking to the link, which is right up here. This is all battery powered, so that's the link. It's talking to several cellular modems, and it's powered from an IDX battery. And I've got this hardwired connection, and you can look at the network, and I'll bounce over here to the network so you can see it's my uptime, addition settings, and I go to my status, and then you can see I've got 3 modems going here. I have a 4th one. I got 3 Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T going. I've got 2 more that could be plugged in on USB ports, and then I've got a 3rd modem that doesn't have a SIM in it, so that's what I've got going on here. And there's my LAN, so this tablet is on the LAN so that I could talk directly to it. And then over on the, oh, see, this is me watching the stream, so that's how far back it is. If I click over here, you can see in Teradek Core, this is my stream, and I was trying to stream to YouTube and my Ibicom page on Facebook. I have a problem with YouTube, and I'm still trying to figure that out, but you can put as many things as you want here and have them all set up, and then you can have multiple sources show over here, and then you just drag and drop where you want it to go. Or, which is a cool thing, you can come over here and set up groups. So I set up one for Ibicom. If I'm doing a tech thing, I could just grab this, and this group is made up of my YouTube and my Facebook. So you can have, like, a soccer game has this, and you know, you could set it up by client or by event, and it's going to all these different pages, and Facebook and Instagram and Periscope and Twitter, and I don't even care where you want to send it. So that's what's going on over there, and you can see this is over here, and inbound. What I had, oh, inbound streams, decoders, Sputniks. So the Sputnik is the thing that restreams what I've got coming in, and I think if I say details here and then network statistics, you'll see this is what's going on right now on my Sputnik. I don't know why they call it Sputnik, but they do. So this is what's going on. I am doing bits per second. So it would be nice if they did kilobits per second, but what's coming in and what's going out. And I have been going for 17 minutes. Yep, about 17 minutes. And so this way I can see that my inbound stream is good. I can see my outbound stream is good. Connections, you can see it's my, for Scoot Studios, iPad Pro is coming in here. And I am not recording it, so it's just going to be what it is. And then when you want to set up your channels, here you can set up your channels and have all your little channels on here. And then you can set up your groups, and you can come over here and you add a group, and then you drop in what things you want. Well, here, I'll show you. You click over here, add a group, and then here's my new group. I give it a name, blah, 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 blah. And then I say, oh, I want this and this in my group. And then I say save. And now I've got two groups technically with the same stuff, but that's just the way it is. So let's go back to my dashboard. There it is. And we come back over here to inventory and Sputniks and details and network. They ought to have an easier way to get to that, but that is my traffic right now. And then we go to here, and I am back. There's my little remote camera. It looks funny, but it's just a protective case around an SE. I am going to quickly check to see if there are any questions on the IEBOCOM page. Nope, there are not that I can see. Let me go back to the home page and see if there's anything different there. Nope, no questions there. So this has been a quick look at Teradek Live Air pushing through the portable Link backpack, bonding multiple cellular connections to Core, which is a service for data aggregation, direction, splitting, restreaming, and things like that, and taking a look at how it looks on the internet and assessing your data stream and everything like that. So that it's a pretty comprehensive little whirlwind tour. I don't think anybody saw this, but maybe if you all tune in later, you'll get to see it and check it out. The Link is a very cool product, and maybe a couple little hardware things I might change, but overall, it's a really cool little product that can make sure that, you know, you're out doing a sporting event or whatever, and you need to do a live stream. You could hardwire your camera in over Ethernet, or you could, it's got a built-in Wi-Fi hotspot. I would use bigger antennas, but you know, they say the antennas are perfectly matched to the system and it will work very well. So I think it's a, you know, very purpose-built product. And if you are looking for something like that, give the TeradekLink Pro a look. My name is Anthony Burokas with IEBA Communications, and I'm going to say thanks for watching.